Welcome back, everybody, to the Nosebleeds podcast. I'm Chris Witt, and with me, as always, is the microphone swinging champ, Adam Schmidt. Adam, how are you today, sir?
Swinging microphones. How are you?
Yeah, you know how it is. That depending on what kind of microphone you're thinking of, that could be dangerous. Um,
I got a
Swinging mics,
toner.
bumping mic. You got a toner. I've got a Zing U. Ooh, Zing U.
Never. We have the same thing. Oh, we got different mics.
Yeah,
Okay.
I got. Yeah, you did buy another one. That over there is the same as yours. Yeah, the third mic for when we have friends and family over.
That's right.
So anyway, Zing U is my microphone, and
My
I don't.
favorite college.
It is. It's one of mine. So Adam, we got a late start today.
We did.
Nobody has any idea because this just kicked off, but we spent about an hour, just talking.
Yeah.
Which we joke around about on this podcast all the time, about how this podcast is not really for anyone except us.
Tell people that all the time.
All the time. That's like when people are always like, "Oh, you got a podcast?" And like it's sometimes I'm like, "Oh my God." Nowadays, it's like, yeah, don't even look it up. Like, don't even worry about it. It's like this is just for me and my cousin to kind of have we're each other's therapist for an hour once a week. We just kind of bull crap about whatever. It's more about before the podcast and after the podcast.
That's right. This is a double episode. You're just not going to hear the first episode.
You didn't hear the first part of the episode. It is what it is. Very, very intriguing. Lots of good things in the first episode. I'm very, very excited to see how things turn out. After that, we now have an episode it's going to include our comedy segment, which is Fitzsimmons.
Fitzsimmons, yeah.
I got the name
Very
right.
good.
Greg Fitzsimmons. You know me. And then it's got ABBA songs for Mount Rushmore. And then, we've got some other things mixed in.
Yeah.
Other things mixed in.
Both have some stories. I'm gonna do speed stories.
I want to kick it off though.
Please.
I want to kick it off with volleyball started back up.
So excited.
So we were asked to start. They said, "Hey, do you want to play another session?" It got thrown into the old group chat. Hey, does everybody want to play again? I thought everybody said yes. It was 10 of us. I thought everybody said yes. Found out 2 of them did not say yes.
Down to 8.
Down to 8. That's dangerous, by the way. 8 people. This is on Sundays. Our games are like 5, 6, or 7.
People aren't showing up
all the time. Football, soccer, you name it. This is a season of that kind of time, right? Like this is not going to work for one of the families, and they're one of my they're tied with my top couples in this, because they both, one of them is extremely competitive. She's very competitive, but doesn't care. Guy doesn't care. Like cares. They care. They want to be there and they're good, but they don't. It's always, hey, clapping. Never, hey, try to do this next time. Hey, maybe try this. Hey, do that. Never that.
which is different than what we've heard in the past.
It is. And I got him early. Got him early today. Got him early today. All right, so first game. So then they asked us to play 2. They asked us to play 2 games because a team said they weren't going to be there. So we played 2 games, 2 matches. Sorry, we played 6 games, 2 matches. Is that right?
Probably
6 sets. Game point, set point, game point. Game point. 6 games. We're going to call it 2 matches.
Yeah.
That's what we're going to call it.
That's right.
First game, we're, sitting there. So that's how we'll start with that. First game, we lost all 3. All 3 were really close games. All really close. So Aaron, we always talk about Aaron. Aaron is giving it her best. She always feels like nobody, like she feels hesitant to do anything because every time she tries to do something, somebody like runs over top of her and tries to get it because she thinks they all think she sucks. So I'm out for this game, standing there. Very first point of the game. She's in the front corner. Old boy's in the middle. Ball goes directly to her on the sideline. He sprints over, misses the ball, like hits it off his edge. It goes off to the side. And he looks over and he's like, oh, shoot. Oh, like he knew he screwed up. And she's just staring at him. I yell out, hey, Aaron, why don't you come sit with me? He can play both positions, apparently. Immediately. Oh, and then I turned around and went up to go get a beer because I was like, ooh, that was loud. Everyone heard it. Lots of laughter. Lots of laughter. Not good. None of it from that person, the other person.
Okay.
So I got him quick, got him early. I'm like, look, we gotta lock this down today. We ain't playing around. I'm locking it down.
Set some boundaries.
Set some boundaries right off the bat. We ain't doing this today. Ain't doing this. Yeah, the one time I go up, he gave me a little bumper setter or whatever, you know. I can't control where the ball goes when I try to bumper set. I can't control it. I try to. I'm working hard at it because I want to give somebody an opportunity to get the old, you know, what's it called? Bump set spike. Right? Right.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to get better at that, get some stuff. So old boy gives me one. And it's behind me and I'm trying to back up, turn around, and I can't jump, right? Because I'm in sand and it's behind me. And he's like, just get that at the top and hit it. And I was like, yeah, except the fact that it was 15 feet behind me, dude. What are you talking about? Don't tell me what I should be doing. I don't play volleyball. Stop trying to tell me what I should have done. Is this not going to happen? It's never going to happen.
Yeah.
When I'm in the game, I'm going to do whatever the hell I can to just try to get the ball in the air because I don't know what I'm doing. Never practiced. I have no idea. I don't have fundamentals. I don't have any of it.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, second game comes around. And old boy was good today. Like, it was really a good day. Like, nothing was bad. Nothing was bad. No arguments on our team. The team seems to be like, you know, it is what it is. Probably because it was after the Bengals game and everyone's kind of disappointed anyway. So there's not a lot of talk. We play the second game. And apparently this team last session didn't lose because the team we played, they're talking to us on the side afterwards. Oh, just go get them, beat them, do this. Like, they're like, they didn't lose. They're talking all kinds of smack about this other team. And we're just going to call this team, let's call them the Rainbow Warriors.
Okay.
Okay. Kind of like Hawaii.
Okay. Yeah.
Isn't Hawaii the Rainbow Warriors?
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah. We're not, I don't think there's a Hawaiian person on there, but we'll still call them the Rainbow Warriors.
Okay.
So much fun. I am just having a blast. Oh, one dude in the very front. This dude's 6'6", swole. I'm talking like balance your pecs when you're talking and don't even know you're doing it. Wow. Kind of swole. He jumped up, landed, and did the splits on accident. And that my buddy's like, oh, if I'd have done that, I'd still be down. I don't know how you got up that fast. And we're all like, I know how I got up that fast. Old boy's used to doing splits. I don't even know if that makes sense. But anyway, girl on their team. I'm having so much fun. I'm talking to them the whole time. I'm joking around with them. Mm-hmm. I feel like they get me. I feel pretty good like they get me. Okay. First two games we lose. Now we're starting to win. Okay. We're winning this next game. I thought they got me. I thought they understood who I was. I thought they knew that every time something happened, I laughed, I joked, whether it was them or us. We had conversations of laughter. She had a Joey Bosa, not Joey Bosa. Who's the one for San Francisco?
Is that not Joey Bosa?
Is that? I thought Joey Bosa was Chargers. Nick Bosa.
Nick Bosa.
Nick
Yeah,
Bosa.
yeah. Yes,
She's got a Nick Bosa t-shirt on. And so one time she served it and had like 4 straight points. And I was like, all right, Nick Bosa, that's enough over there. That's too many points for you. And everybody laughed, right? Big funny thing. The whole team, she's laughing. She gets it. I thought she got that I was a sarcastic, whatever, right?
Mm-hmm. We're
winning now. Big things going. Ball comes at me and I come running up to get it and I overran it, right? So I can't hit it with my hands. I went way too far. So it like hits off my chest and it flies into the net. And dude on our team hits it up with his hand and next person hits it over. You touch it 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
Referee's like, nope, you touched it twice. Talking to me. I was like, I touched it twice? I said, daggone, I thought it just hit me in the chest and flew off. I said, I didn't even know I did that. And she's like, yeah. And I was like, all right. And I just went like that. And the girl goes, I saw it. It definitely happened. If I saw it, it happened. And I was like, whoa, Nick Bosa, take a chill pill, girl. I was kidding. I don't really give a. I could be honest. I looked at her. I was like, I honestly don't care if I hit it twice or not. It means nothing to me. I just didn't think I did, and I was trying to figure out what I did wrong. That's all. And she's like, she was not happy. I thought they got me, dude. I thought they understood me.
Was she
She was not happy.
did she feel like you were trying to argue with her, or was she just like,
No,
quit
this
calling
is
me Nick Bosa? Or like, what was
oh,
her deal?
I did. I'm calling her Nick Bosa now. I only
okay.
said Nick Bosa the one time when she got like those 4 straight points.
Okay. Yeah, that's a compliment.
But if I was arguing with somebody, it was the ref up top, the
Yeah.
the little girl ref. She knew I was kidding. She does our games all the time. What do you care? What is this person? Why are you? Wasn't talking to you. I don't really care about why. And that makes me get into a position now where you know
Now
me.
you want to make her mad.
Now, yes, no, but I didn't. I'm growing as an individual because if I do something like that and I joke and I'm looking at the ref going, "What? I thought I only did it once. Are you sure?" I'm pretty sure I just hit off my chest and went over there. Part of me was for real. Part of me was like, I really don't know if I, but apparently it hit my hand, then my chest, and then went. Whatever. I don't care. It is what it is. It doesn't matter to me. So I guess she thought I was arguing with the ref, and then she wanted to let me know what she thought. Bud,
Thanks for your opinion.
I just want you to know that maybe 3 years ago, definitely 10 years ago or further back, that girl would have had so many passive aggressive things happen to her for the rest of the day. Literally the rest of the game. So much passive aggressiveness would have gone out there.
Like, hey, Aaron, you should just come over and sit with me.
Yes, exactly. Because that's what I would start doing. I would be super passive aggressive and you would get extremely irritated. It's just what would happen. And I would enjoy every second of it. I would love that if I know that I know I can get under her skin just by doing this. Well, if I do this, I'm definitely getting under it, dude. I know I'm doing it. Game on. This sounds like a challenge. I did nothing. I did nothing. I didn't do anything. I feel like it was a proud moment for me.
Growth, Chris.
I can't guarantee that that's going to happen all the time.
Sure. Well, that's all right. I mean,
but I feel like
part of
with that
growth.
team, with the Rainbow Warriors, I had to kind of be a little more careful. I didn't want to say something that would come off like it. To be honest, there's a big part of me that was like, if I start saying silly little quibs, am I going to say something offensive? And I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
So yes, growth. I feel like maybe that is growth, Chris.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It definitely is.
There
Because
it
they
is.
were all great people. High-fived them all afterwards. Gave them hugs. We had a great time.
So she was good after the game.
Well, yeah, because I continued to talk to her, but as funny Chris, not sarcastic Chris.
Yes.
I wanted
There you go.
I wanted it to not get any further than that.
That's beautiful.
I also wanted to make it get further than that, but I knew that it didn't need to. So I went.
Then she really would have a reason to be upset with you.
Yeah. Yeah, like if you're going to be mad, I mean, we can have real reasons to be mad. That's fine. Let's go. Come on. I can make this really happen.
Oh,
no,
wow.
I feel like I did a good job, though. I feel like I did a pretty good job. Pretty good job.
Yeah, it sounds like you did.
Yeah.
Sounds like she was a little sensitive and you handled it very well.
Yeah. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Appreciate that. Because if it was softball,
Yeah.
I don't care if it's co-ed.
That's a little different dynamic.
Let's go.
It's all the fellas out there and they're, yeah.
Well, co-ed, they have co-ed softball.
Sure. Do you play it?
I played one session of co-ed softball in my life. One session, and I thought that I was going to kill the third base. I thought I almost killed a third baseman, and she never even put her glove up, and it went right past her head. And I've never felt. I sat the bat down. I went, put it like I walked the bat over, and I like walked to first base. It went all the way down the third base line. I could have probably had a triple, and I just walked to first base, and I'm apologizing the whole way.
Yeah,
I get it. I understand it. I never want to ever. I'm not going to say it's not fair because there were some girls that were better than I was, but in that league, it wasn't that way. It was a lot of just regular people. It wasn't a competitive softball league. I would play competitive co-ed. I would definitely do that because I saw some competitive girls softball that was legit.
Yeah.
They were studs. And I would play in co-ed if it was competitive, like in tournaments and stuff like that. But some of the leagues that are co-ed where it's like, whew, man, they're going to put put Betsy wherever they can find a place.
Mhm.
And there are guys that will walk up and just try to hit it right at Betsy the whole time because they know she's going to run away from the ball. I would not. I don't. I would never do that. I tried to hit it to men every time because I don't. I don't want to hurt anybody. I know it sounds silly because girls are super athletic.
Not silly.
But girls are super athletic, and there were plenty of girls out there that could do and were better than me. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I don't know any of them. I didn't know where they were. I didn't want to mess with it. So I tried to hit that ball at the left fielder, and I hit a frozen rope that scared me to death. And that was the end. After that session, I stopped playing.
Wow.
And Erin had real bad arthritis at the time, and she was struggling to even get out and run after she hit and stuff. So I'm not playing. I wasn't going to play if she wasn't playing. So
yeah,
that was the end of that.
yeah, that's scary, especially if it is a league like where you can tell like this is just a girl, somebody's
Yeah.
friend that
Mhm.
did never played sports or barely did or whatever.
You can't. You have to go girl boy in
Right.
the infield, and they had to pick a girl up to play there. I'm not trying to hit it at her.
No, especially on the infield. Yeah, when you've got a, and that's a team's fault if they put a terrible
They didn't.
player
She
at
was
third
no.
base or
She
something
was
like
good. She was good, but
yeah, maybe not in that
softball bats are stupid, and I wanted to hit a home run. I was young. I wanted to hit a home run. I had a bat that was extremely hot. It wasn't illegal, but it was hot. Talk about that baby all the time, and that's why I ran it back in because I was like, nobody's allowed using this. Never should have did it. I just wanted to try to hit one into like it was that backfield at Delhi Park. I wanted to hit it into the other field,
Mhm.
into field two, and I tried to hit it over to the left fielder's head and I ended up hitting a scalding line drive, and that's the end of it. I want to be able to pick a bat up and hit it as hard as I can and not feel bad about what I did.
Yeah.
Because if I hit a dude in the head, that's your fault for being there. You shouldn't. Don't be an idiot. Play back. Why are you playing even with the bag? That's the other thing. She's even. Why are you playing even with the bag?
Man.
You're gonna die. Don't play even with the bag. You're gonna die.
Dude, if I'm playing third base softball with grown men, I'm playing left field.
Yeah, in the grass. In the grass. 100% in the grass. Yep.
And I'll never make it. I will never throw you out at first base. But guess what? I'm not going to get my head taken off
That's
either.
exactly right. Yep.
Oh man.
Anyway, I don't know how we got on that.
So, but you came out of retirement. You talked about retiring, possibly
I
from
did.
volleyball.
I did.
And
Planning.
Tom Brady did, and you came back.
Kind of sucks though because we only have 8, and these games are on Fridays or on Sundays. Bengals games. This week they play at 4:25. We already got that switched. I think we got it switched. So that'll be good, but it's gonna be a lot of like watching a game and then having to go straight to volleyball afterwards. Like that doesn't feel fun to me.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel fun to me.
Yeah. I get that.
And to be honest, it hasn't been if we played with I feel like we could I feel like there are people this would have been I feel like we could have lost every single game we ever played and I could have had more fun. Does that make sense?
Okay. Because it extra didn't matter if that happened.
Do what?
You're saying
If we played with, I feel like there are certain people we could play with. If you played, or if I played with you and we played sand volleyball and we lost every game, it wouldn't matter. Like it would just, it is what it is. Right?
fun, yeah.
It just let's go out here and have fun and laugh at each other, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
have fun. There was a little more competitiveness than I thought there would be, which makes me try to be more competitive. Which makes me then feel bad when I make a mistake. And I didn't go there to feel bad about making a mistake in sand volleyball on a Sunday. That's not what I'm there for. Like beer league softball on a Sunday, if I make a mistake, I'm pissed, but I feel like I'm better than the people on my team because it's beer league softball.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I never make any of them feel bad. Like if they make a mistake, yeah, I'll laugh, but I'm not telling them what they should have done or like
you're just making fun of them and that's it.
100%. And I know that sounds terrible. Yes, I can see it
because that's the understanding. That's
the understanding. That's what we do. We laugh at each other but it's fun.
Yes.
Is what it is. But it's not in a outside of maybe Frimming. Frimming gets his feelings hurt a lot. So we definitely I can get on his nerves pretty easy. But other than my boy Brian, which I love him to death. other than my boy Brian, yeah, everybody kind of gets like, if I say something to him and joke, he makes an excuse immediately or tells me why it happened. Like, dude, I was kidding.
Especially the old teams when Mike's dad and uncle played.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. The mouths were always running and always laughing and joking and messing with you because if you made a mistake, sarcastically joking, not
Yeah.
not like a little bit of actual anger involved.
No.
So that's the thing I think that gets me about volleyball. I feel like I'm always going to be competitive, but I feel like when other people start getting overly competitive, not overly competitive, when other people start getting like I'm competitive, but I know I don't care.
Mhm.
When the game's going on, I'm like in softball Sundays, I'm diving for balls. I'm competitive. I want to do the best I can.
Yes.
However, I'm laughing at myself or anyone else the entire time. With this, I feel like everybody went into it with that kind of aspect. But as you're playing, you can kind of tell there's right now, I'm going to say 3 people that it's like, okay, like, no, it's okay that we didn't do that. It's okay. That point, we didn't get a point there. It's okay. I don't need to know what I did or this little eye roll or I don't need that because then I try to do better and I can't do better because it's volleyball and I don't know how to play. And then I feel bad. I don't want to feel bad. I don't want to feel that way. I want to leave laughing at myself and everyone else.
Yeah.
And I want to be able to make fun of you when you screw up. I can't do that. I feel like I
not
can't do that.
everybody. Not everybody's into that. Yeah.
Not everybody's into getting made fun of when they screw up.
Well, yeah.
Look,
But like there are some people that are like you're like the softball team. You know?
yeah, yes,
Yeah.
that's what I want to do. I had this, so this is good. This is just going. We're going from this. You got a story, and then we're going straight into the other stuff.
And we'll go straight to work from this.
I'm here. Let's just go straight to work. This is softball. This is how we are. So we had our very last, the Rockers played their very last softball game. I told you about that. We talked about it here, I think.
Did we? Was it recently?
It was, I don't know, 3 weeks ago. They played their very last Rockers game ever at Delhi Park. Sags did the game. Didn't we talk about this?
I don't think so.
So Mike Little don't want to do it anymore. He doesn't want to be in charge. He's like, if Mike's like, if I'm not in charge, then you're not going to be there. And you weren't there at all this year. Mike only was at 3, talking about me. Mike was only at 3 games. He loses 4 guys that Mike picks up, that Mike has come play just because Mike's there. And then it ends up being 3 people. And he, JJ, God love him, but he's in his, late 60s, he's like 68, 60. He might be 70. Shit, I don't know. But he doesn't have people that he can just call and get to show up for a game.
Sure.
So he said he's done. And Mike's done. So it was our very last game. Had a bunch of people, all these old Rockers, dude, from like when I first started, showed up. Old cats, dude. Old cats from Price Hill, where everybody grew up. So it was fun. But there's this dude who didn't sub. He played all year for the Rockers at Delhi Park this year.
Mm-hmm.
And I come to the game. And I walk in there, and he's an older guy, played at West Side forever. And he walks in, he goes, "It's about time. I didn't think you were ever going to show up." And I was like, "Come on, man, I can't miss this. It's the last Rockers game ever. I play for 20 some years. I'm here, 23 years."
Jeez.
And he goes, "Well, you didn't play this year, so don't count that on your resume." And I was like, "I'm playing. I'm here now. I'm in. I'm here now." Joking around. Anyway, we ended up playing 2 games. We won our first game of the tournament, so we ended up playing another game. Got killed in that game. But as we're playing, there's a ball that is called a strike on a guy. He strikes out looking from the other team, and they're young guys. Sags is umping. The guy's upset, and he takes his bat and draws a line where the ball landed. I say, "You draw a line all you want, bud." I say, "Hey, 3 miles an hour, fellas. Heaven forbid we take a pitch that's 2 inches off the plate. 2 strikes, 3 miles an hour. I'd swing." And I'm just, I don't know this dude, but as I'm getting my glove, or as I'm running,
young softball guys.
It is what it is. I don't care. I have done this enough to where I can talk myself into it, and I will turn it right back around and get out of it before any fight starts. I never started a fight or been in a fight that was created by me in a softball game.
Mhm.
But I have definitely irritated the hell out of some people. So I'm just, running my mouth as I'm jogging in and I go get about ready. And the dude's in there and he goes, this is the reason I told Mike that I would play this year, because this is what I love. This is softball to me.
Yeah.
This is softball. Running your mouth, but having fun. Not running your mouth to fight, but running your mouth to have fun. He goes, I thought you were going to be here all year, and you're the only one you're the loudest. You're the only one that does this. And I'm like, well, I apologize, I guess. I don't know. But that's the thing is, I always feel like people enjoy that. I feel like people that you play with enjoy that.
Okay.
Obviously, the other team probably doesn't.
Yeah.
If you're talking to them,
your teammates do though.
but I feel like they enjoy stuff like that. So I want to be able to have fun and talk a little smack. I just don't feel like I know this softball crowd like I do, or volleyball crowd like I know my softball crowd.
Yeah.
I ain't scared of a softball player. I can talk my way out of anything. I ain't trying to. I don't know. I ain't trying nobody in volleyball.
Yeah.
But anyway, talk about people being upset. I had a guy that wanted to play with me just because he knew we'd be able to talk a little bit of smack. He said, I've been quiet all year because nobody else was running their mouth all year. And I was like, psh, I got you, bud. Let's have some fun.
That was my favorite. Yeah, that was my favorite part about playing. Definitely one of my favorite parts about playing in the Cheviot basketball league for so many years was John Brigg.
Absolutely.
It was he
talking.
probably doesn't listen to this anymore, but Eric does.
Yeah.
And yeah, and John was like, he's super funny. He's always talking. He's always mad.
Yes.
Like, and especially when I was younger, I would get really mad. I was so intense.
I've played with you. I
Yeah.
know.
And so I would legitimately be really upset about whatever. And even when I was that, John's just like I just look over and he's like looking at me, just staring at me, laughing or having a big old smile on his face, like, why are you quit getting upset or whatever. He just like say something silly to me, or he would make fun of me for I would be punching myself in the head, and he's making fun of me while I'm doing that for turning the ball. Turn over, Schmidt. Write it down.
Squinty-eyed, smiley face, Johnny.
Yeah. Oh, guys, so
I can just see that big old smile laughing at you right now.
But that was one of the best parts. Even when I was upset, like after my brother started playing for a while, and we would be like, God, that is even like after I'd lose and have a bad game, we would be like, God, he's so fun to be around. God.
So that should be fun.
Yeah.
You should be able to talk a little bit of smack, have some fun with it, as long as you're giggling about it.
Yeah.
There ain't nothing wrong with that, man. It's fun. I love that. It gives me I've got a newfound respect for John. I always liked Johnny anyway, but
he's the best.
But I've got a newfound respect for him now.
Yeah. Yes. So anyway, I get what you mean. And keep doing what you're doing on the volleyball court.
I'm almost talking myself in to get a little bit more mouthy.
Again, good for your teammates. Maybe not good for the people.
So here's the thing though, in softball, like that day, I went 4 for 5 or 4 for 6 that day. I was hitting and I'm fielding and I did it all. So I can when you can back it up, when you can back it up, when I know I'm good, like I can run my mouth and I'll back it up because I'm not going to do the same stupid stuff you just did. I know I'm not going to do it. So I can talk smack to you. Volleyball is a little different. I don't know that I can talk smack to somebody or like run my mouth a little bit, whether it's my team or the other team, and be the guy that balls are bouncing off of them and flying around the wrong way and all stuff like that. I don't know.
Really quick question. In your thousands of softball games you've played, have you ever taken an AB left-handed?
Yes. Yes.
I feel like that would just be some fun thing.
Yeah.
Like you're up 1,000 and you're
I've probably taken maybe 3 all at Delhi Park, but yes. And the whole point was to try to slap one down the left field line.
Because you definitely could never do that right-handed.
Slap one down I could pull the ball down the
left field line. Sorry.
Yes, left field.
I thought you were okay. Yeah, I got you.
Oh no, I could put the ball. You hit the ball anywhere back in the day, but
yeah.
You tell me where to put a hula hoop out there. It's like when we were kids and we throw a hula hoop out and you just make it wherever the hula hoop landed. Right? You put a hula hoop out in the outfield anyway. I hit it wherever that thing's at. Let's go. I put it right in there.
Oh yeah,
That's a lot.
I don't know what made me think about if you ever took an at bat left-handed. Anyway, okay, really, really fast. A few weeks ago, I went and saw. I went. Oh, of course. As soon as I opened my mouth,
You don't know who it is?
it's I didn't even have to look for it. Roy Wood Jr. It just came.
You have to look for it.
I-
You opened it up.
I didn't.
Your notes are open. I can see it on your phone.
Yeah, but I didn't see the. Do I even have it down here?
Okay, I believe you. I trust you. I trust you. I trust
I don't even
you.
think I have it written down. I don't. So anyway, Roy Wood Jr. It just
Old
came-
letters at the very top is what I saw.
Yeah. Okay. So saw Roy Wood Jr. in Columbus. So 2 hour drive. So I go and pick up my friend from who lives in Dayton.
Okay.
And on the way, and I guess I underestimated how long it would be from her house to Columbus.
It's the same because yeah, it's the same.
I thought it'd be an hour.
Thought you cut it in half, huh?
Yeah.
That's a triangle, my friend.
Right.
That is a triangle
Right.
that you just made.
And I didn't, I wasn't right. And I was like, well, it's 2 hours to Columbus from
And
Cincinnati.
it's an hour to
so
Dayton.
It's an hour to Dayton.
It's got to be an
It's-
hour.
It's an hour, right? So anyway, I wasn't thinking, and I got there, picked her up, and realized, oh shoot, this is gonna take longer than I thought, and we're gonna arrive like 5 minutes, maybe 3 or 4 minutes before the show starts.
Well, you're not going to get your favorite seats right up front.
And that means by the way, that's parking and then finding and then
Yeah.
walking to the place. I've never been to the Columbus Funny Bone for this. So we get up there. We get there like no, you know what? We ended up getting there like maybe 5 minutes before the show started.
Okay.
But we get to the place. We don't know it's so it's like most Funny Bones are in these like big
Like strip mall kind of
strip mall kind of areas. Yeah, like they're a lot of them are in like nicer ones now. It's so it's not like a check cashing place and then
Yeah,
a
I don't mean
thing.
it like that kind of strip
Yeah,
mall.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
how it was, like how like what Westchester is.
Right. So anyway,
So that's more of a mall, not a strip mall.
right. And so anyway, so it's just like that. So we get up there and we can't. So I do walking directions from where we parked. So we do take the walking directions. It's telling us it takes us down to the back of an alley. Dumpsters, a police car back there.
Hmm.
Okay, so we come back around. Maybe it's in this door. No, this is a an axe throwing place or something like that. So we can't figure with the walking directions, cannot figure out where in the world the Funny Bone is in this
Okay.
place. So finally we walk in this door and there's a guy sitting there inside the window and she asks him, where's the Funny Bone? He's like, oh, okay, you go out here, you go down, turn a left here. There's some doors there. You go in there. There's an actual inside mall in addition to the outside
Is
mall.
it Easton? Is it in Easton? Is that where it's at in Columbus? Easton Town Mall or something like that.
I don't
It's
know.
like Westchester where you kind of just walk around and there's a lot of shops.
Mhm.
I bet it's Easton.
Maybe
I
it
bet that's
was.
where it was.
So yeah, so
I didn't know there was an inside mall there either, though. I
there's an
didn't know that.
inside mall. So there are these doors that are like not really marked as anything.
Sure.
And kind of hidden away. So anyway, figured out go in there, and then he's like, you go in, you find the Cinnabon. I'm like, well, maybe we'll stop. Maybe we'll just take a quick stop. So he's like, go to the Cinnabon, turn left. It's across from the Lego store. So anyway, we get in there, find out where that is. We walk in, we walk into the Funny Bone, and there's like a little lobby area right off of the main showroom, right?
Okay.
So we get in there. There's nobody. There's the girl at the thing and the server there, and we're like, we're here. We walk in as we can hear them announcing the first guy to come on
Oh,
stage.
wow.
So first of all, hate being late.
Absolutely. Especially if that dude walks on stage and you walk in.
Yes, that's my worst nightmare.
I'd almost just stand in the back and wait until he's done and go find it.
That's absolutely, if I was in charge of that, what I would have done. So she goes,
So this is how this story just went. If I was in charge of that, that's how this would have went. So that's all I heard.
no. So and when I say she, the lady that's taken the
Okay,
I say,
yeah.
this is,
Yep, we're here.
Adam
Here's my
Schmidt, yeah.
tickets to whatever.
So She looks at the server guy and goes 46G or whatever.
Yeah.
And so he walks us in there. I'm like, okay, just stick us really quickly in the back and whatever.
Yeah.
We're walking down the side, following this guy. Keep kind of walking. Keep walking.
46G should be
46G.
feels like that's a great number. I'm in the back.
I'm
Let's
in
go.
the back. I
Mhm.
gotta be in the back. And the first guy is now on stage doing his set. And so keeps walking, gets all the way up to pretty much the front, all the way on the side. I'm like, please sit. It's dark right here. Please sit us
Put us right
back
here.
here somewhere. He walks to the center front row of the stage, right in touching the stage. Here you guys are.
Randomly, 2 seats are still open.
2 seats on the
What?
very, very, very first
What?
row. The front table.
Did he say a word to you as you walked? Did the comedian say anything?
So I'm like,
He's an opener, so he may not have. He may have let that go. Did he?
I feel like he's got nothing to lose. He should be tearing me apart, right? And
I mean, by opener, like he knows he's the opener. People aren't going to make it exactly on time.
yeah, but they should. So
If I'm Roy Woods Jr. and you're walking,
Oh, yeah.
I'm lighting your hand.
sure.
up.
I mean, you're 35 minutes in at that point, right?
Yeah.
So I go up and I hesitate for a second. And I'm like, maybe I stay here and wait and tell the guy, no, come here. I'm standing in the back. I'm leaving, whatever.
I'm driving another 2.5 hours home.
Yeah. So anyway, I hesitated for a second and I kind of looked at the guy and just as quickly as I could and as unassumingly as I could, went up. We sat down quickly and all the anxiety in the world because to
Yes.
me, every eye is on me.
They're all looking at you.
And
I was looking at you. I wasn't even there.
yeah. I could feel it. And so I sat down as quick as possible, looked straight ahead, did not look anywhere but this guy. Because I didn't want to, if I saw eyes looking at me, I would have been a wreck the rest of the night. So that's all. And he didn't say anything.
I didn't. Okay.
So a few minutes go by. I'm like,
start to breathe a little
I
bit.
think we're okay. I think we're all right. I still didn't look around the rest of the show. But
how? Because the funny bone, you're not buying a ticket for a seat, right?
no,
How in God's name is there just randomly 2 seats there with the?
That's the 5th or 6th show that I've sat in the front row and did not get there first.
They always say. I mean, you even heard Fitzsimmons say it. I like it when you put the good-looking people up front.
Yeah.
You walk in,
I can assure you that wasn't the case.
good-looking person comes up. That's in their head. That goes, good-looking person.
That
your
that
funny
worked for
bone.
Tia at the Chappelle show,
It did.
but I was not
Your funny bone like login. They may have like some back things that they typed in on you, like good-looking dude.
there. I appreciate that, and I doubt it.
I feel that way about hotels all the time. Like, I bet they got some shit written down about me. This dude leaves half-eaten pizzas in the room.
We can hear this guy snoring from the front desk.
Yes. Yes.
No, so we sat after the show started. We're the last people there, and they sit us in the front row. And I got through it. And Roy Wood
The
Jr.
anxiety.
That was one of the funniest shows I've ever been at.
Really?
He was unbelievable.
Can I tell you that I love comedy? We watch comedy every week. I believe live. I can watch the same set live and then watch it again on Netflix or YouTube or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And it is always funnier live. It's always more funny live.
No question. No question about it. Yes, comedy is always funnier live for sure. And it was a great show. Great show.
Awesome.
Fast forward a few weeks. This is last week. 100-year tradition, the Harvest Home Parade and Fair.
Yeah.
I
was there.
Were you there?
On Thursday, the girls were in the parade.
That's right. I did see your girls.
Yep.
I did not see you. I saw your girls.
You did?
Yes.
Where were you?
I was up like across from Wardall.
Oh, you're okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I was way down towards the free store or whatever that thing. Restore.
Restore. Okay.
Yeah.
At,
Right across. I mean, I was sitting on the fence of Harveststone.
yes. Okay. Gotcha. Where it ended.
Yeah, because it's easier for us to pick the girls up.
Yeah. Okay. So we weren't too far away, but we were
No.
down the street a little bit.
Yeah.
All right.
I parked at your dad's for years
Yeah.
when we would do that.
So my brother and his family were going. So I'm like, okay, and I walked up. So I walked from my house and walked up to meet them where they were going. So I'm walking
Was
up.
Maria in it?
No,
Oh, I was
for
gonna
whatever
say,
reason,
yeah, I thought
her dance team didn't do it.
because I feel like we saw every single
Yeah.
young person in our family, and I was screaming at all of them.
Yep.
I embarrassed the living daylights out of a couple of them. Oh,
Yeah.
just screaming their full name first and last. Go girl.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, continue.
So I'm walking up and I can see ahead in front of this little tiny insurance company, I think, across from a barber shop, across from Second Street Saloon.
Yep.
You know where I'm talking about.
Yep.
Almost on the corner where the Wendy's is
Yep.
and all that. So I can see this guy I can hear him, and then I can see this guy has a microphone.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Big speakers.
God.
He's like hosting.
Oh, that kind of guy. Okay.
But he's not like in the parade. He's on the sidewalk.
There's another one of those guys right down from Wardall, right across from the dry cleaner. I think it's right next to the dry cleaners right there. That does the same thing.
Okay.
Almost annoying.
Yes. Yeah. I can tell
Randomly
right away.
talking about everybody that walks by and
Yes.
everything.
Maybe
And
it was the same. Is it the same guy? Did he move? Maybe. I don't
maybe
know.
he moved. I don't know. This is a house. Dude, it's right down from Wardall down towards Westwood Northern. And he just sits there and talks about every group that comes by and random people that walk by. And we walk by all the time, and I'm like, this dude says something to me. I'm gonna do a little jig and then I'm gonna keep walking.
So I could tell this guy was the same way. And he's got a comment on everybody walk. So I'm walking behind like this big dude.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, we're getting
Say
closer.
something about this guy. I'm good.
I'm like, and I'm hiding behind. I'm like
Mhm.
kind of hiding behind this guy until right when we pass. Somehow that didn't work. We're approaching. He puts his hand out to start high-fiving everybody that's walking by. I'm walking up closer than I want to be to this big guy just to try to sneak by.
Yeah.
No. Gives the big guy a high five, gives me a high five right after that. He goes, whoa, wait a minute. You got to go in here. He points me. He's like, that shirt, you got to go in here. George Foster is in this door right here. Go in there and show George Foster your shirt. I was wearing a Tony Gwynn shirt. And I'm like, what? Yes. And so I'm like,
I forgot you told me that you had this.
I
never would have thought this is how this happened.
I'm wearing a Tony Gwynn
You
shirt.
went in the door?
I'm like, I was like, so he's the only guy with a microphone for miles around.
Yeah.
Until you get to the other guy, I guess. But so everybody is around can hear. I'm like, I guess I look like a jerk if I just ignore the guy and walk right by and don't say anything, don't acknowledge him.
I'd have been like, George Foster's not at the harvesting parade.
So I look. There's a little sign on the front door that says George Foster here for the harvest. I'm like, in my head, I'm like, the last thing I want to do is go in here and figure out what to say to George Foster. Do you like my shirt, George Foster?
Hey,
It's not
George
you.
Foster, I was told to come in here with my Tony Gwynn shirt, the guy that's 30 years younger than you and died.
That's almost verbatim what I said to George Foster. I walk in. George Foster is like in the back of the room at this table by himself. No one's speaking to him. There's like maybe 20 people in the room.
What?
And they're all just standing around. It feels like they work there or their family or something like that. And so I reluctantly walk into this door because this guy standing right there just told me I have to. And I look, I see him back there. By the way, I've met George Foster like 5 times. I sat
Sat 5 feet from him at a Earth, Wind, and
Earth, Wind
Fire
and Fire
concert.
concert. He was at he's at Reds games all the time,
Yeah.
sitting at a table to meet people.
Mhm.
You know, when I worked down there, I saw him all the time. So I walk in and I'm like, okay, what do I do? I'm so uncomfortable, right? I'm more uncomfortable in that situation than I was walking up to the front
I truly
to the
believe
front
that.
row.
Yeah, absolutely. Now you got told to be put. Now you got put in a situation you don't want to be in.
And in this
I
case, the guy with the microphone addressed me directly in front of
Yes.
everyone.
So here's my thing. He's still outside having fun. You walked in the door. You don't. You can just walk in the door, turn around, walk right back out, and be like, give him a
Yeah,
thumbs up, and
yeah,
just walk away.
yeah.
Anyway, continue because I know you didn't do that. So let's
I
hear.
didn't do that. I walk in there and this lady standing there just goes, "Go ahead. Just go up
Go
to him."
go over
I'm
and start
like,
talking.
it feels like he's like some kind of like circus animal or something.
Yeah, I
I
know.
feel
He's a
bad for the
he's an
guy.
animal at the zoo.
I'm like,
Yeah.
gosh.
I would
So
have walked up and said that. I'd be like, man, they told me to come in here and talk to you. What are you doing here?
yeah. And I'll tell you,
I tell you what he's doing. He's trying to make a little bit of cash.
I don't know how he what. Well, yeah, maybe they pay, maybe the city of Cheviot paid him or something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
somebody gave him $1,000 to come down there and hang out.
And good for him. It seems like that's what he does. Like that's what he does for a living.
I would if I was George Foster and lived in Cincinnati.
Yes. So I like see him and I'm like, okay. So I go up to him. I say, "Hey, how you doing?" He sees me as I'm
Mhm.
approaching the table. He's like, "Hey," and I say, "Hey, they told me I have to come in here and show you my shirt." I shook his hand, said, how you doing?" And said, "Guy told me I got to come in here, show you my shirt." He said, "Yeah, I was looking at that." And I said, "Yeah, I'm a big Tony Gwynn fan and a fan of yours." Stuck that in there. I was like, "Are we just
Yeah,
gonna talk about another baseball player?"
yeah.
I
Let's sit
guess.
here and
What
talk.
if he hates Tony Gwynn for
Yeah,
some reason? Nobody hates Tony
yes.
Gwynn, but
Can't hate Tony Gwynn.
anyway. So, and and he said, "Yeah, I was looking at that," and I said, "Fan of Tony Gwynn and a fan of yours." He said he hesitated for a second. Thanks. That was it. I mean, that was the, and then I stood there for a second and I said, "All right, well, I guess I'll see you." I said, "It was nice meeting you."
And he said, probably not, but
Yeah.
have a going.
I mean, he said almost nothing. He barely moved a muscle the whole time. He looked like he did not want to be there.
Oh, he didn't want to.
Yeah, I
Yes, he
wouldn't either if I was there.
didn't.
He's 100 years old and poor guy. Oh,
And you don't want to be there. So
I mean, George is tremendous, George Foster.
absolutely.
But still, like, what do I say to the guy?
Here's my thing. Here's my thing. When I was a kid, stuff like that was so big.
Yeah,
The older I get, like if Ken Griffey Jr. was sitting in a room like that, I would want to go in there and be like, what's up? But I'm at the age now where I don't want to go in there and I wouldn't fanboy it. I would walk
Yeah.
in there and be like, what up, Junior? What's Trey been up to, man? What you been, you know what I mean? Like, how you
Mhm.
doing? Haven't seen I was at the Reds game when you and your dad were tossing that in at the Field of Dreams, dude. Me and my dad went. That was how cool was that? Something like that. Well, I would want to
Yeah.
bring it down to like a reality thing. I don't
Mhm.
want to. But what are you gonna have to talk to George Foster about?
Mhm.
You got,
Yeah.
I didn't. I never watched you play. I
Yeah.
never saw you play. I was like, I know the Big Red Machine because it's the damn Big Red Machine,
Yeah.
and I live in Cincinnati,
Yes.
and my parents enjoyed sports a little bit,
Yeah.
so
I thought about some things afterward.
Sure.
As soon as I left, I did, and then my dad was like, "What are you?" I told him, he's like, "What are you doing? You sat 2 seats. You sat next to his wife at the Earth, Wind, and Fire concert." He was the next seat over. He's like, "Why didn't you say something about it?" That's the way. Like, you don't even have to talk about baseball. I feel like that's why he might be like most comfortable. You were at the Earth, Wind, and
that'd be cool.
Fire
Like, hey man, actually, it's funny. I saw you at the Earth, Wind, and Fire con. I didn't say anything to you, make you uncomfortable. I was sitting right next to your wife at Earth, Wind, and Fire. Da 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 da. I love those guys, and then that would have been
Yeah.
a good topic.
If I would have been
good,
Yeah, but my anxiety takes over, and
100%.
that's all I could think
Your
about.
brain
How
is
do I?
your brain is just getting out. How do I get out? How do
Yes.
I get out? Not how do I stay in?
Yeah, yeah. So anyway, really uncomfortable ending to it. All right, well, it was, and I kind of turn around, and there's a couple people walking up to. I'm
To
like,
talk.
oh, okay, well, yeah, here, I'll let you go.
Yep.
And but he barely said a word.
He didn't want to be there. That dude did
Yeah.
not want to be there.
So anyway, very uncomfortable, and then now I'm sweating my face off and all
Oh
that
my
stuff.
God.
And I go out and walk the rest of the way. And I came out, and the guy like kind of turned to me. I'm like,
Yep.
okay,
Give him a thumb up and keep
yeah.
going. Yeah. Isn't that weird how you get all sweaty like that? Like you start sweating. I had to go, I do PKs, right? Product knowledge.
Okay.
I do those all the time. Guy asked me to come do it with his his new helpers that he has, coordinators, we call them. And I'm like, yeah, sure. I'll come do it. I'll bring some literature, talk about what we sell real quick. Be cool. I get there. Or I text my go, am I going to this store or this store? Which store do you want me to meet you at? And he's like, no, I sent you the address and the invite where it's at. Okay. It's at his house. First off, sick ass house.
Oh, nice.
In-ground pool. The pool house was as big as my first house. And that's where his workers work, in his pool house. And
When I hear pool house, I think Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
yeah, yeah, that's what it was. Maybe nicer. Like,
Wow.
it was insane.
Was he a judge?
No, he's a lumber salesman.
Oh, okay.
But I go in there and I sit down, I start talking to these people, and I can feel my face. I'm like, I'm getting red. I'm starting to sweat, and I'm like wiping my face, constantly doing this. I'm like, what the hell's wrong with me? Why am I sweating? Look at, like, there's AC on. Nobody else is sweating. Like I know I look like I'm sweating right now. I've done this a million times. But it was something weird about just not being in a normal place for yourself.
Yeah.
Like if you were in a comfortable place talking to George Foster, it probably would have been cool. Like Earth, Wind, and Fire, and he's next to you, and you're like high five and yeah, I love these dudes, and he's telling you how much he loves these dudes. It's a little more comfortable. I can do a PK at a office all day long, but when I'm in somebody's badass house, and I'm like, I don't know what it was. It was crazy.
Yeah.
I start sweating, but I hate you just said that and it triggered me. Just happened to me. That sweats, the what being in an awkward position or something sweats.
Yeah.
I can't stand that.
And
I
that's
hate that feeling more than
it's
anything.
awful. It's awful.
Worst feeling in the world.
I had a little bit of it when I was going up to sit down at the show at the
Yeah. Oh
comedy
yeah,
show.
I believe that.
Yeah. But and so I had to cool down after a little bit, and I had the ginger ales coming after that.
Yeah.
and all that.
Yes, sir. Yes,
So-
sir. I don't get a lot of anxiety. I do get it now and then, but I don't get a lot. So when stuff like that hits me, it surprises the shit out of me.
It surprises me to hear you even say that it happened to you.
Yeah, it
'cause
definitely.
You're
Yeah.
very relaxed and laid
But it
back.
happens in weird situations where I really don't feel super awkward or anything, and I don't know where it comes from.
Mhm.
It's so weird.
Yeah. Very strange. Anyway,
I feel for you. I just thinking about how much I feel bad for you in that situation. Like, I
but-
get that.
I mean, it's not the end of the world. There weren't like a ton of people inside.
Doesn't
or
matter.
anything,
The
but-
sweat. When you started sweating, started talking about the sweats are what gets me. I'm in an air conditioned
Yeah.
room and I can't control my sweating, but we got a problem.
Yeah.
We got a problem.
By the way, George Foster always wears a Reds jersey when he shows up for things like that.
Yeah.
I don't think you have to. You can hear George Foster in
George, they
Cincinnati.
know who you are, bud. Yep,
Yeah.
you're good.
Anyway, so that's my those are my two
think-
quick stories.
Do you think he has multiple jerseys, or do you think he just wears the same one?
He's got one. It doesn't even have his name on it. It's just a generic one. No
That's just his
number.
go-to. Number.
It's just the
He's 15. Wasn't he 15?
yes.
Yeah, it's just
15,
a 15 jersey, nothing on the back, just the number 15.
Yeah.
Same one. I don't even wash it. I just hang it back up as soon as I get home.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh. Anyway, okay. So
Tony Gwynn. No, I'm just kidding.
Tony Gwynn. So he only struck out once.
Oh, I went down a
uh,
rabbit hole of Greg Maddox
Oh my God.
on the what was it, the talk tick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you get to watch the documentary on? There was one last week on a Greg Maddox documentary on MLB Network.
What
Yes.
is it, like on demand? Can I?
I don't know. I don't have MLB Network.
It
And I
just
forgot.
came on Hulu. I just got it like 2 months ago. Randomly, it just showed up on
Oh,
Hulu. So I've got it on my
you
live
might be
TV
able to
now.
find it then. That might be one of those things they'll play like at
Let's go, dude. He's
ah,
just found out he called his own pitches.
yes. I've seen that video 100 times.
Coolest thing in the world. In the
Just
Chipper Jones,
recently from
the
that.
Chipper Jones video. Oh my gosh, the Chipper Jones interview. And Chipper had a few stories, but the one story was my favorite story where he's like, he always wanted to kind of pick the brain of hitters in the middle of the order. So, I had a base hit to win the game, and he's kind of talking to me about it, and I can just like feel everybody around me looking. I was telling him I was looking away, and I was looking at, and everybody's looking at me. I look over, and they're just kind of putting their head down, giggling. I look down. He's been peeing on me this whole time.
I've heard that before.
Multiple stories. Greg Maddox just walks up, pisses in the jacuzzi, just starts peeing on people in the shower.
That's
And
messed
Chipper
up.
Jones goes, "We're in the shower," and he's talking to me about this, and he's peeing on me in the shower.
That's so weird.
He's like, I know. He's like, and I was just young enough to not want to beat him up because it was Greg Maddox. So I didn't know what to do. I'm like, what?
I thought,
Like, that's some weird stuff.
yeah. I
But-
thought you were gonna talk about the one where he
The pop up the third.
yeah.
Yeah.
Liam
That was
Mazzoni
part of
came
it was
out.
part of the same interview.
Okay.
It was
yeah.
part of the same
That's what I thought.
interview.
That's
Yes.
from that documentary.
That's in that documentary.
Yes.
Okay. So that's part of the same interview is the Liam Mazzoni comes out to tell
We're
him
gonna
to
walk
walk somebody, and Bobby Cox is all pissed off. And he's like, I think I can get him in two. I'm gonna go change up away, and then cut her on his hands, and he's gonna pop it up the third. And Chipper's like, I'm looking up at this like, this dude is crazy. How did he do that?
He just can't find the ball. And he's like, I can't believe this. Oh, so good. So
But
good.
I still go back. David Justice told a story. I know I've told this before. God, it's insane. Told him on the third pitch of the second batter of the next inning, just go ahead and play on the warning track right in front of that 400-foot mark.
Yeah.
Justice catches the ball, turns around, his heels are on the track, and he's right in front of the 400-foot mark. And he's like, this dude's crazy.
Yeah. I know. I got to try to find it somewhere. It'll be on something somewhere. But anyway.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry.
Let's see. What's a good transition from Greg Maddox to Greg Fitzsimmons? Oh, Greg,
Yes,
speaking
let's
of
go.
Oh,
Greg
man.
Fitzsimmons. Let's do that first.
Okay.
Greg Fitzsimmons. You know me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you go first. Go ahead.
So I thought the beginning and middle were fantastic. I did think it trailed off a little. I thought it wasn't quite as good like the last quarter.
He had two jokes that didn't hit.
Yeah.
He had two jokes that didn't hit.
But most of it, and I liked the beginning and middle especially.
I would
a
say
lot.
80% of it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like not just the beginning and middle, like beginning, middle, and middle end. Even the last joke I didn't think was terrible. I thought it was a good one too.
Yeah.
Anyway,
But
continue. Sorry.
he's good. I mean, he's almost 60 and he's still
We might be
very,
different on this.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we might be.
He's still like very raunchy. He does all the
Extremely.
dirty
Yes.
stuff. So he hasn't I definitely at least a couple of jokes heard a huge, and he's been friends for 40 years or whatever with David Tell. I could definitely hear a David Tell influence or something.
David Tell and the other Irish guy, the bald guy, Bill Burr.
Bill Burr, yeah.
I felt a little bit. I got a little Bill Burr in there. I don't know if
Mhm.
it's that Irish kind of,
Same
Boston,
skin
New
tone.
York accent. No, I was thinking of the way he talked and
Yeah.
delivered.
Yeah.
Felt a little bit of that in there too.
Yeah.
Same skin tone. Yeah, that was a big funny part of the very first part. That was good.
Let's see. The stuff about talking about being cool and how his kids aren't cool. He used to be cool until they came along. Let's see. I thought about you immediately when he started like breaking down the baseball stuff.
I laughed at that. I thought that was funny. I wasn't irritated or anything at all. I thought it was funny. I totally get it. I thought he did a great job with it.
Yeah, yeah.
Until the end. I did. I remember when I was watching it, I was like, huh, a lefty.
Oh, I'm trying to remember.
He took a couple practice swings, and I was like, that's weird.
Oh,
Lefty.
yes. Okay. Right, yeah. And they weren't great swings, but
No, might have just been the hand that turned around first. I don't know.
right. He might be a switch hitter. Um,
Could be.
but anyway,
He is. He talked about the threesome he was in.
right. um, the thing about watching football with his son, processing emotions through football
That
or
was
whatever.
good. Yeah.
It
By the
ended
way,
with, I think, Russell Wilson might be
Russell
gay.
Wilson might be gay. It was so
Um,
good.
I liked the his son got a degree in communication, which is the study of living off your father for the rest of your life.
talked about the we both were communications. Didn't you do communications when you were in school?
Yes.
I took communications for a year and a half. The class that he took, wine awareness or something like that.
Yeah.
He's drunk on a Tuesday at 10:30. Dad, it's for class. It's my wine awareness. It's not awareness, but it was something like appreciation.
Yeah.
Wine appreciation. Yeah, that was good.
Oh yes. So anyway, I liked it.
I took a social history of baseball class.
Did you really?
I did.
Oh, that would have been cool.
Yeah.
Was it cool?
The first half was cool. In the second half, we had to do this a group project in
No,
college,
those are never good.
and I never went back to
Okay.
it. I don't like. It was a night class in college. I don't want a group project where I have to communicate with people. No, I
Yeah.
don't want to do that. We had to build our own team and stadium and talk about how much money it would cost to do everything. And that's this. No, I'll do it by myself.
Mhm.
I'm not communicating with these people. So I just left and never came back.
Yeah.
First half was cool as hell, though. First half was the actual history of a lot of baseball history stuff.
That's
Anyway, sorry.
perfect.
Continue.
That's perfect. I gave it a 3.8.
Okay, we're not that far off.
Okay.
I went 4.1.
Wow.
I thought this made it to the 4. I laughed. Like I said, there was 2 jokes I feel like didn't hit.
Mhm.
One, he said, "Oh, that may not make the special," and the other one, they started laughing. He was like, it was the saving the when he was saving the guy. They were like, he goes, "Okay, yeah, I appreciate it. A little late, but I appreciate it." on the clapping.
Yeah. Remember that.
Those 2, like outside of those 2, I feel like this was awesome. I loved every bit of it. I would 100% recommend this to people to watch.
Good.
I feel like this was, yeah, if it like that 3.8, that's better than I thought you were going to go.
Oh, okay.
The way you started.
Yeah.
So, if you get at that 4 range, that's like definitely watch this.
Yeah.
Anything over 3.5, it's like, yeah, give it a listen. I'll recommend it. 4, it's a must watch.
Yeah.
I went 4.1.
I agree. Excuse me. Okay. Good job, Greg Fitzsimmons.
All right, let's go into the Mount Rushmore.
Yes, sir. Do you call it Abba or Abba?
I call it Abba.
Abba. Okay.
I think most people probably call it Abba. I have zero idea how you're supposed to say it.
Okay. I don't either. So we're going with Abba then.
All right, Abba it is.
Okay. This is your Mount Rushmore, please.
Yeah. So I had a ton of fun. I went back and re-listened to Abba's greatest hits. Listened to the whole thing on my way home.
By the way, can we start real quick by saying I think you kind of told this story early on. This was a big there was an album maybe or just several albums maybe in your childhood in your
Abba's
home.
greatest hits. Abba's greatest hits
Okay.
came out. So these people were in the 70s. Like
Uh-huh.
you can hear it. It's a lot of disco type music. But Abba's greatest hits came out in like 91, 92, I want to say, something like that.
Okay.
And mom and dad had that, and that thing played like when dad had the big, do you remember the big glass
Oh yeah.
that had the speakers on the side, the 3-foot speakers and the glass opener that had the switchboard and the DVD or the CD player and the record player in there, and it was all hooked up to the whatever that middle thing was.
Of course.
I don't know how it all works, but he was all into that.
I was asking
But the CD, Abba's Greatest Hits,
Okay.
was played in my house at that time constantly.
Was that more your dad or your mom?
They both loved
Both
it.
loved it.
This feel like you listen to this music and you know what my dad likes.
Mhm.
You would never think this would be
Yeah.
big on dad's
He's
list.
an
Dad
AC/DC
loved
guy. I mean,
Led Zeppelin,
yeah.
AC/DC, Foreigner, Boston, the Eagles, stuff like that. Tom Petty. That's all stuff that he listened to. However, dad was all like, loved this album music.
There you go.
Now, Mamma Mia comes out, and all these young, like my niece knows every ABBA song, but it's from this movie. So it's like a girly thing. And I'm like, so we're sitting here listening to it. And my father-in-law's like, how do you know all these? I was like, dude, these are bangers, bro. I love all of this.
Yeah. Yes. And I was going to try to work in a I was trying to talk about your mom because today's your mom's birthday. We haven't talked about that.
Shout out to mom. I'm so glad.
Oh.
Now she has to listen to the very
The whole
end.
thing.
She has to listen to the whole podcast to get her
No
shout out.
fast forwarding.
No, mom, happy birthday. September 11th, 9/11.
Mhm.
Mom was born.
Never
not going to
forget.
say the year.
Your mom's birthday.
Never forget mom's birthday.
Right.
Never ever. Except for we almost did for this whole podcast, even though we said we both told her we would shout her out. But yeah, happy birthday to mom. She's one of the greatest human beings, one of the most genuine human beings in the world.
100%.
There are a lot of people that act like my mom, but do it for different reasons. Mom is just a genuinely
Yes.
good person. I truly believe that.
You are in any kind of a need for anything, she's gonna be the first person to jump to jump up and give you a hand or
because
do
she
whatever
wants to.
for you.
Because she wants to, not because
Absolutely.
oh, everybody's going to see me do this. No, she'll do it and you'll never know.
That's
I
right.
just found out she was cleaning the feeding tube of one of her high school friends' moms. She's been
Wow.
doing that for a while. I had no idea that was going on. She's just randomly like, oh my gosh, I can't remember. Betty, I think is her name, was talking about you. How was the last time? I haven't seen her in forever. You know, loved her. She's fun, so much fun. What? Oh, it's cleaning her feeding tube. What? Cleaner? What? And then she
Yeah,
tells the whole
that's the
story
kind of
about
stuff.
the whole story about how this happened. And I'm like, that's the kind of stuff though, for sure.
Absolutely.
Somebody needed
She's-
something. She's like, sure, I'll do it. I can't kill her, right? Nope, can't. You don't. Nope, you're good. All right, well, I'm in. Let's go.
Nobody better than your mom.
Yes, God love her.
Yes.
And not Peggy. Peggy is the sister that my mom knows. What is her name? It doesn't matter.
Anyway, shout out.
Shout out to mom. Happy
Birthday shout out.
birthday. Very young. Very young. I'll be 41.
31 or
I'll be 41 next week. She is older than me.
she's 43.
She is older than me, so I will let you know that. But you don't need to know how old mom is at all. It is Betty Schwartz. Okay. I feel so much better that it really is Betty.
All right.
Did I say Betty?
You did.
Okay,
You
good.
said her full name. So if you didn't want that on here, Betty, I'm sorry. No.
Betty's cool.
That's fine.
Betty's cool. She's, I don't know, probably 90, but she's cool. Betty's cool.
So she might be listening to this then.
Oh, yeah.
Watch it.
She one time invited me out when she was younger in her 70s or 80s. Invited me on her Tuesday margarita night or not night, sorry, day lunch. Her and her friends would go out for drinks on Tuesdays for lunch and invited me because we had so much fun.
Did you go?
I never ended up going. I feel
Oh,
terrible. I
okay.
didn't end up going. Christine's. They went to Christine's all the time.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
That was their place. That was their place. So
Very nice.
anyway, shout out Betty. And also huge shout out to my mom, who
Oh, yeah.
I truly believe I would not be who I am, this person I am today, without her.
You have a lot of similarities.
A lot of
to mom.
similarities. I don't know if that's I feel like the good things that she had.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes, the
Yeah.
good things. I have a lot of bad things that did not come from my mom, but the good things definitely did.
Right.
For sure. For sure.
Yes.
Fantastic human being. Happy birthday. All right. Yeah. Now let's talk about ABBA. Speaking
Thank
of
you
a
for bringing
fantastic
ABBA into
yes,
Chris's life.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah.
The dancing queen, young as only half the words I still don't know.
Yeah.
It's okay. So let's go. We've got did you write a bunch of songs down? Did you stick with just the four you wanted? How'd you do?
Wrote down 4 songs.
I wrote down 4. Okay. So I'm gonna go through a list of what I love, the songs I liked.
Yeah.
Growing up. So Dancing Queen. Everybody knows Dancing Queen.
Yes.
Knowing Me, Knowing You.
Mhm.
Great song. You weren't sure how much of this you would know.
Right.
Did you know more songs than you thought you would? Or did I just listen to the CD so much as a kid that I knew a lot of songs?
I have ever heard 2 songs in my life.
What?
Yeah.
Mamma Mia.
No.
You have heard Mamma Mia.
I don't think I've ever heard it
Mamma
before.
Mia.
I listened to
Here
I
we
listened
go
to
again.
29 songs today.
I
I don't think I ever heard it.
Waterloo?
I don't think so. I listened to both of those today.
Fernando? I was not a
Listened to
fan
that
of
one.
Fernando.
No?
Let's see. What else? You've never you got to be kidding
I
me.
did the greatest hits. But,
Lay All Your Love on Me, Super Trooper. Super Trooper is in mine.
You like
My
that
top.
one?
I love Super Trooper. Let's see. What are Money, Money, Money?
No.
Gimme, gimme, gimme?
So that was one that I've heard.
A Man After Dark?
I heard Gimme
Or
Gimme
After Midnight?
for the first time in my life, like 3 days ago by accident.
A Man After Midnight.
I
No,
don't know that one. Yeah.
that's it. That was Gimme,
that was
Gimme,
part of
Gimme, Gimme.
Okay. Yeah.
A Man After Midnight.
So Gimme 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 was like the 3rd ABBA song I feel like I've ever heard in my life.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know. I somehow missed out.
Sorry. We got to keep this, turn it down. We can't go too long.
Oh, yeah.
Here we go. Hold on. Here we go. Never heard that?
That's the words. Okay, you said the words earlier. Now I know what they are.
Voulez-vous? Voulez-vous is a good one.
No, but when I saw that word, I thought that's a lyric in Control by Janet Jackson.
Okay.
Voulez-vous.
Okay.
She says that.
Man, seriously. SOS? You've heard SOS. You've heard SOS. Hold on, wait. Got to get to we'll get to the good part.
Wait, which one? Which is that?
This is SOS.
Oh, okay.
Ready? Here we go.
I'll tell you.
You gave me nothing else can save me, SOS.
So I wrote that's on my list. That's on my Mount Rushmore.
Nice.
Because I was like, there's maybe a chance I've heard that before.
100% you've heard that.
So I don't know. There was
Man.
something that stuck out.
I
that
really
was
thought
like,
you would
maybe.
know more of these songs.
I thought I would
Mamma
too.
Mia, you don't. I mean, it's a daggone musical.
I've heard of the musical. I've never heard anything.
Now
from
you
it.
know what the musical, the main song from the musical is.
And I did not know that's what it was from.
Mamma Mia, I was struggling with the 4th one, and I still am struggling with it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if Mamma Mia is going to make it or not,
Okay.
but I think it's a fantastic song.
Yeah.
I'm almost leaving it off because it became so mainstream.
That was like me with September.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, I get you.
All right, so what do you got? What are your 4 then?
Did you start and not finish yours? I don't want to.
I didn't even start.
Okay.
Now I want to hear what yours. I've said a few of them now. I want to hear them.
I got Dancing Queen on there.
Got to, dude. That's the jam.
It's the one I've heard the most for sure. Take a Chance on Me.
Take a chance, take a chance, take a chance, take a chance, take a chance on me.
Yes.
Dun, 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 honey, I'm still free. Take a chance on me. God, I should have been a singer.
That's the way you should have been a singer. It's not too late.
Okay. So we've got 2 of the same.
Okay.
I can't pause this.
I just said I put SOS on there
3 of
because
the same.
there was something that was maybe familiar.
Yep.
So maybe I've heard that before. And then Gimme 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 because
You did.
like I
Gimme,
said,
gimme, gimme.
that was the one that I
you just heard.
just heard recently.
So I like Gimme, Gimme, Gimme. Lay All Your Love on Me is good. Super Trooper is one of my favorites. There's so many good ones. I maybe I just grew up this. That's what it is. It's one of those where I
We
just
all
heard
had
this all
that
the
song.
time. I mean, dude, they legit had something stupid like 18 number ones
Wow.
during the 70s. Um, I gotta go with Mamma Mia. You gotta go with Mamma Mia.
Sure.
I think I'm gonna go with that for my fourth.
Okay.
I'm not going gimme gimme. Money, money, money. It's a rich man's
I
world. That's
remember
a
hearing
good
that.
one too.
Hmm.
That's so good. But it's ABBA. It's ABBA. I've got to go. I'm doing it. I'm going Mamma Mia. Mamma Mia. Here we go again. My, how could I do that? Because that's how I do every song. Just listen to how that starts.
That's a good start.
It is. It's good.
Is this which one is it? Oh, there you go. There you go.
So good. There's only like two songs on the greatest hits that the guys sung. There's two guys and two
Yeah,
girls.
I feel like I hardly ever heard
They were
girls
the
sing.
one guy played the piano, the other guy played the guitar.
Okay.
Pretty sure. Pretty sure. They were both, it was two married couples for a long time.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And then they both got divorced.
Okay, good job.
And they actually it took like 11 years off and then came back like in the early 90s and started to try to make music again.
Oh,
Yeah. That's when the greatest hits came out. I think it was around the same time they tried to put another album out. And anyway, yeah.
interesting. I didn't know that.
But in the 70s, dude, the late 70s, early 80s, good as it gets.
Yeah. Yep. There was. I feel like there was just like an ABBA tribute show or something recently somewhere near here.
Mamma Mia? Oh,
No,
oh.
like a concert.
I watched Mamma Mia for the first time this year at spring break.
Hmm.
My niece is like in love with it. Everybody's watched it. It's pretty old. And it started to go and I'm singing all the songs and my Aaron's looking at me, her dad's looking at me like, what is going? I'm like, these are all ABBA songs. Every single song on here is an ABBA song. They're like, yeah. I was like, well, I didn't know that. I thought it was Mamma Mia. And it was like, oh, it's okay. The main song is, every song has a soundtrack
Yeah.
with different people sing on it. I didn't know both movies, there's two of them. I didn't know
Oh.
both movies, every single song was a Mamma Mia song or a ABBA song. I had no idea.
I assumed it was like a play about an Italian family or something.
It's a musical about a girl who is getting married and her mom and she wants to invite her dad. Her mom moved to this island, Greek island, I want to say, and started like a bed and breakfast. And she was getting married to this guy and wanted to invite her dad found out it could be one of three people. Pierce Bronson is one of them, and two other famous people are the other two. And they all go, and she's trying to figure out which one is her dad. And I don't think they ever actually figured it out. But then the next movie, her mom ends up marrying one of the three guys that she wasn't quite sure which one of them could have been her dad.
Okay. All right.
And the mom is they're all famous people in Mamma Mia. Come on.
It's a movie.
Yes.
They made a movie.
It's a
out of it?
musical. Pierce Brosnan, Bronson,
Brosnan.
Brosnan.
Mhm.
Dude, when you see the cast, you're gonna go crazy.
All right, I'll get myself ready to go crazy.
Meryl Streep.
Oh, I know her.
Yeah. Amanda Seyfried.
Amanda Kiss and Hug.
This chick.
Oh yeah. I'm not good with.
That better
actors.
picture, that middle picture. You've seen her.
Oh yeah.
You've seen her. And then Pierce Brosnan. Who else is in this? Come on, scroll over. Oh, Seymour. Colin Firth,
Heard of him?
Christine Baranski, the girl in the middle, second row. She's famous.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. There's another Stellan Skarsgård. When you see him, you'll know who he is. Look him up. You see
Okay.
him?
Uh-huh.
You know who he is. You've seen him in movies.
Sure.
What?
He looks a little bit like Kane. Like
That dude?
oh, never mind.
Kane.
No, I know one picture I thought he did.
You know what I'm talking about now, right?
Uh,
That dude? No? Okay, never
I'm
mind.
not a movie buff. I don't know a lot
Neither
of
am I. I'm not either.
yeah, I don't know a lot of people.
Anyway,
Um anyway, Mamma Mia. I mean, you
I feel
recommend it.
bad. This was rough. That was a rough one. That was a rough one.
I got a chance to listen to a bunch of songs I'd never heard before. But
I thought that you would have four easy. I thought four would be easy.
I totally expected for that to be the case.
I even said, I was like, you're going to listen to it and be like, oh, I've heard that. Oh, I've
Yeah.
heard that. Apparently, I was wrong.
I don't know if I just didn't listen to the right radio stations or
It
what.
wasn't radio.
knows?
The reason I thought you would know it is because I listened to it growing up
Yeah,
all the time.
that checks out actually.
It would be like Chicago songs. But the difference is I would know Chicago songs.
Yeah. Yeah, we had Chicago going on a lot at the house.
Your dad fell asleep to Chicago every single day I was there. Every day. He put these big old giant headphones on, laid down 6 feet from his CD player.
Yeah.
You guys had the same kind of thing. You guys had that same console that dad had with the speakers, and he'd plug his giant headphones in and he'd lay on the floor
Yep.
and take his nap in the middle of the living room.
Yep. Usually so like put his feet up
Yep,
on
put his feet up.
on a pillow or
I
something.
was just gonna say, like, I feel like he like had his feet up and like one was crossed or somehow they were, but you're right, they were like up, lifted. I definitely
for his
remember that.
back, yeah.
Definitely remember that.
Yep. Anyway, yeah, I feel like that should have been I should have remembered that from being at your house or something growing up.
I don't know. I don't know. We would be dancing. We would be dancing queens
Yeah.
at the house.
Yeah.
Dancing queens.
That sometimes when I'm talking to somebody else and I talk about you, I'm like, my cousin Chris, the dancing
The
queen.
dancing queen.
Yeah.
That there are people that would be like, yeah, I know him that way.
Immediately every single time, like, oh yeah,
100%.
yeah.
100%. The cross dresser that dances all the time. Yeah.
Cross-dresser.
As I grew up, I was like, Dancing Queen is the gayest song there could possibly be.
I probably thought that too.
100%. I could like yeah, definitely thought that.
Yeah.
But you know what it's about is just this little 17-year-old girl that just loved to dance.
Oh yeah.
There's a couple of them that are weird. There was a couple weird like young girl, I think it's called Young Girl or something like that.
That was the time. There are a lot of songs with stuff like that.
Weird stuff where it's like, oh no, it's does your mother know? I think that's what it was.
Oh yeah, I remember that one.
And I was like, I
remember
started listening to that during this, and I was like, I don't remember this song. I started listening, I was like, no, nope, this is not right.
I'm glad. I don't know if I noticed the lyrics like that, but I remember listening to that. So like seeing the title and listening to the song, and I'm glad I'm glad that didn't make it on my Mount Rushmore.
That was crazy. What was the name? It's called "Does Your Mother Know?"
Yeah.
Yeah. I just go to the lyrics. What?
Oh, what instrument is that?
I don't know. You're so hot teasing me. So you're blue, but I can't take a chance on a chick like you. That's something I couldn't do, but there's a reason he couldn't do it. There's usually it'll give me, here we go. In your eyes, I can read in your face that your feelings are driving you wild. But girl, you're only a child.
Oh boy.
Well, I can dance with you, honey. If you think it's funny, does your mother know that you're out?
You just turned 11 and
I can chat with you, baby. Flirt a little, maybe. Does your mother know that you're out?
you know what?
Take it easy. Better slow down, girl. That's no way to go. Does your mother know? Take it easy. Try to cool it, girl. Take it nice and slow. Does your mother know? I can see what you want, but you seem pretty young to be searching for that kind of fun. Dude, that is I'm not making these lyrics up. I read those verbatim.
That was pretty ambiguous though. Like I feel like we
I feel like there was nothing ambiguous about that. That's
right,
a young girl that's trying to go to
but
the
young
club
could be
and not.
23, 25. I mean, compared we
Does
talk all
your
the time
mother
about
know?
yeah, I mean, yeah, that part.
Does your mother know that you're out, young girl?
If she's if she's of age, then it
Big
probably
dog, that
doesn't matter.
none of that feels of age to me.
I was thinking about like we would like, if there's like a 22-year-old baseball player, we would like so oh that kid is, call him a kid.
Sure.
He's just a
Yeah.
kid,
Well,
he makes it somebody makes a mistake and he's a kid, he's 22, he's 23, whatever. That's what I was
I
thinking
feel
about.
like this might feel
But
those words might be a little bit different.
the mother thing,
Eh,
I think sets it off.
young girl, we can flirt a little, but what you're out here to try to have fun doing, I don't know if we should do what you want to do.
Yeah. At least they didn't put a number on it, like
I mean,
17
I only got through the first verse, bud. There could
Yeah,
be
it's
more.
true.
There could be more. Let's see. I'm just gonna scroll it, and I can chat with you, baby. We already said that. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I don't see an age, which is probably good.
That's good. That helps them.
So weird.
Yeah.
Better slow down, girl. That's no way to go. Anyway,
Yeah. There are a bunch of songs that you can go back and find. And there's she's just 16 years old. Leave her alone. They said, oh my gosh, so many things.
that's so so cringy.
Yeah.
So cringy. But that's coming off the age, I guess,
70s
of
and
like
80s, I guess.
but like the 40s and 50s, there was probably
They were getting married
at 16
right?
and 17. You know what I mean? Yeah. So
All right.
hard to say. Anyway, there you go. That's it. Well, next week. Next week. We gotta get next week down.
Yes.
What are we doing? I have mine for next week. It's
Cool.
on, yes. We're going to Prime Video.
Okay.
I'll give you some time here. I gotta look it up.
Finally, after all this time, so many things have come out, and I'm like, whoa, I can't wait to watch that. It's on HBO Max. I don't have HBO Max. I finally just subscribed to HBO. I've
Did
put
you?
so many things on a list to watch. I haven't watched any yet, but so many stand-up specials that are exclusive to HBO Max
Yes.
or Max, I think it's just called. Anyway, I can't wait to get going on those.
All right. So here's what we're gonna do. I agree with you because I mean, for a long time, HBO was
That was where you went for the best.
yeah,
comedy.
that was the best. I don't know how to spell his name. It's Sam Morril.
Oh yeah.
Sam Morril's got a special on how do you spell his name? Because it's on I swear I saw it on Prime.
Morrill, maybe.
Oh,
Yeah, definitely Mo. I can't remember how many R's.
that's where I screwed
L.
it up.
Is it two R's, two L? Anyway,
So anyway, Sam Morril, and I can't. It came out in 2024. We have not watched one right from him.
no. Oh,
Yeah, it's called You've Changed. Sam Morril, You've Changed. It's on Prime Video. It says that it's like season 1, episode 1 and 2. The second one is just bonus coverage. It's like a trailer. I don't know when this year it came out, but I don't remember seeing one with him in a suit.
yeah, I think you're right.
Did we watch?
I
We
think
didn't
you're-
watch this, did we?
What's hard is Sam Morril puts 2 specials a year out now,
I know.
so it's so hard to remember that.
I don't think we watched this though.
Yeah,
I don't think we watched this.
let's do it regardless. I think you're right though. You've changed. Okay, and then for the Mount Rushmore, I was thinking, I for some reason I'm doubting myself, but because we've done so many of these, have we ever done Punch Out Fighters?
I don't. We've talked about it, but I don't know that we've ever done it. I mean, we've joked the glass jaw and Tiger. I can't remember his name. I'm Bald Bull, obviously. No, I don't think we've done. I don't think we have.
I want to do that.
Yes. This is
Punch out.
gonna
It
be
can be punch out. It
good.
can be Mike Tyson's punch out.
This is
Whichever
gonna
one.
be so good.
There are a lot of similarities.
So this came out July 9th, so it's been 2 months ago. Like, there's no way we watched this.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I love this. So we're doing Punch Out, not Mike
Thank
Tyson
you.
Punch Out. So we
forgot about
can't
that.
do Mike Tyson.
No, either one. I'd say.
Okay, all right. I'm still not doing Mike Tyson.
Okay,
There's
I'm not either.
way better people in it than Mike
I
Tyson.
feel like you had Mike Tyson's punch out.
I did, yeah.
I think we only had punch out.
So Uncle Paul had Punch Out. I had Mike Tyson Punch
Okay.
Out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which was the exact same thing, except after Bald Bull was Mike Tyson.
Okay. There's like the third bald bull or something like that.
Yeah, the third. Sorry, it was the third.
Right.
Yeah, you played Glass Joe 2 or 3 times, but whenever it was the last person, instead of it being the last Bald Bull, it was Mike Tyson.
Okay.
Boom, 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 boom. Oh, and you got to dodge that thing right at the right time with Bald Bull, and you had to hold it because if he came back, it still hit you. You had to hold that thing. Bald Bull was when he came bulling at you.
Mm-hmm.
Woo! That was hard to dodge at the right time.
Yep. Okay.
Did you ever lose to Glass Joe the first time ever in your life? I'm pretty sure you could have not pressed a button and beat Glass Joe.
It's so funny. I feel like I might have told this to you, but I can't remember. So my nephew came over, this is like 2 or 3 months ago now, and he went upstairs in his bedroom, saw my Nintendo. He's like, "Oh, we're gonna play this, right? Okay, I gotta get it out. I gotta get another TV out because it doesn't hook up to my TV.
Doesn't work.
Yeah. So I bring all that stuff downstairs, set it up on the floor in my living room. After all this time, finally get it to work. He chooses, of all the games I have, chooses Punch Out first.
I didn't know this part.
I was so excited. Oh my God. He's a huge Mario kid. Huge
Yes.
Mario. I have 1 and 3. He did not choose. He chose Punch Out. I'm like, I love you.
Let's go.
He plays a lot of video games.
Okay.
Right. And so I put it in. I kind of try to tell him like what to do real quick.
Yep.
Super smart kid. He loses in the first round of Glass Joe.
I'm not laughing at you, buddy. I am laughing at you, but I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at you, but I'm not laughing at you.
So maybe my first time ever playing it, maybe I did that.
Maybe I did lose the Glass Joe because you don't know what you're doing.
He's 5 years old, but he lost the Glass Joe right away. He wasn't sure, because you don't know at first how to dodge.
A's right, B's left, and then you got to press to the left or right to dodge. Up is, how did you do the uppercut? Was it down in A? Was uppercut?
I don't think you could do an uppercut.
Was it just right or left?
It was just straight punches, or you held up and hit A or B and you punched up.
Punched up,
Yeah.
And you had to do the pop, 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 right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left when they were dazed.
Yeah. And Glass Joe, he would go yank, 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 yank. and you would hit him. And you would hit him once, and he would put his big one up, telegraph the heck out of the thing, and go, wow. And he just couldn't figure out how to dodge
How to get out of the way.
So, oh man, I have to get that out and play it.
Dude,
actually,
that's awesome.
Since it was such a big deal to get it all out and hook it up, I took it back upstairs in the bedroom so it's not on my living room floor. And hooked, kept it hooked up there.
Yes.
So next time he comes over,
it's just ready to go. That's awesome. I love that.
So maybe I'll go up there and play it to get in the mood,
Yes.
For the Mount
Do it.
Rushmore.
You should.
Yeah.
I might come over.
Come over, please. Let's have a tournament.
Oh, man.
Here's the thing: is that the most embarrassing thing about it, and I probably said this last time we talked about it, but I can't beat Soda Popinski to this day. I can't beat him.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know what it is. The man's got my number. He just knows me too well, I guess.
Yeah.
And I can't beat Soda Popinski. It's crazy. It's the weirdest thing.
Oh, I can't wait for this. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
That's a good one, dude. I love that. All right. So we got Sam Morril and we have the Mount Rushmore of Punch Out boxers.
I don't know if we mentioned this. I don't think we did. This is our 300th episode, by the way.
Happy 300th episode. Congratulations.
Thank you. Same to you.
Yes, congratulations. Should have brought a cake. Should have got Reese's. Should have done so many things. It's almost 1 o'clock.
We'll make up for it next week.
Yeah, we're gonna have to because this week was a long one. I'm tired.
Me too. Yeah. Yeah.
It's a long one. I came home from West Virginia today.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Right.
I had a
Oh,
3.5 hour
God.
drive home today.
Oh, jeez. I'm
Rough one.
sorry.
No.
I am the reason we went an hour before we even started
I
recording.
love every bit of it.
But I
j-
needed
it
your-
ju-
I
it
needed your
legit
advice.
just hit me. It just hit me.
Yeah.
I think it's because I'm out of water and my mouth's getting dry.
It's,
I'm like
It's late.
sucking on ice cubes.
It's late.
Anyway,
work from home tomorrow.
I'm probably.
All right, good.
Anyway, no, I love this. I'm super stoked for next week.
That's gonna be good.
300 episodes.
I mean, yeah. I don't think I would have guessed that.
Yeah, I mean, figure on 50 a year. That's getting there. What is that? 6 years?
Yeah.
We've been doing this for minimum of 6
We
years.
have been doing it. Yes.
6 years.
Yep.
I feel like we got Rogan. Oh,
He's like in the thousands, I think.
I'm just talking about years though.
Oh yeah.
Put 4
Oh,
out a week.
He's been he's been doing like 50. He's like one of the first guys.
He
that ever-
was. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
Still got all those stupid
We were pretty
comedians.
early
though.
on.
We got all the comedians.
Oh,
beat,
yeah.
though. We got all.
They all started theirs during the pandemic. We were
Yeah.
before that.
We started our podcast, and I thought it was some kind of spaceship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was.
Anyway, it's the radio. Just not the radio.
It's the internet radio.
Congratulations. Happy anniversary.
Same to you.
300. And until next week, don't forget to turn your headlights on.